in
You
first place.
listen to me. I know where you live right now. You better barricade yourself on your house if AC Milan wins. I'll come and get you.
I better butter cake? What?
Yeah, I'll come and get you. I'll kick your ass.
Okay, let's. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie audio experience with IFTV.
That intro didn't seem as lively as usual, Marco.
You want to do it?
I'll do it.
Go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Italian Football TV.
We should have made him
Over
do this
here.
at the end of the first half.
Oh, yeah,
There
that
would
was
have been
bad.
tears coming down their
Oh,
eyes.
yeah.
Right?
The backstabber are alive again.
Guys, we just had the
Backstabber.
craziest round.
What
we
a
just
roller
finished
coaster.
the Derby della Madonnina. And I don't know if we're going to start with it, but everyone's emotions right now, it's all over the place.
Oh, man.
Peter, first of all, how you feeling?
Oh, amazing. I have to say, but you know what? I have to give a lot of credit to Antonio because Antonio is a real Milanista. In the first half, he was red of excitement. And the second half, he was black.
Oh, my
He was just
God.
black.
How can you get?
Anto,
I wasn't
speak it to the mic.
looking at you.
Speak it to the mic.
I hate this guy. Guys, I really hate this guy here, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
What a match. We've got a couple new guests over here. We got Gasper. You want to tell everybody what fan you are?
It's better not. It's better not.
Talking on mic, though, Gasper. Say it loud.
Juventino, of course.
And another loser right here. What's your name?
Giovanni,
And what's your last name?
Mazza.
Okay.
He didn't have to say his
Another
last
Milan fan.
Don't
Milan
give him the
fan.
social
No,
security
no, no,
number,
no,
whatever you do.
I'm a Juventino fan.
Guys, for some reason, we brought two more Juve fans. I think it was
What's
Marco's
going on
idea.
over
Definitely
there?
wasn't
My idea. I mean, you guys probably did this on purpose. You went to the top of the table. Juventus lose, Inter win, and all of a sudden we got three Juventus fans over here.
I think you enhance the podcast like this, to be honest with you.
Okay.
That's true.
Just saying.
The IQ goes
Enhance
up,
of
you
what,
know.
though?
Oh, the IQ goes up?
See, a little bit late, but it's still there.
I don't know about IQ.
Well,
How can you go up when you're losing against Della Verona 2-1?
Oh, we're bringing up all the games
when you
now.
got a coach like Sarri, that's your guy. What do you
I agree with
expect?
that.
I thought that you liked Sari. Did
No,
you?
I never liked Saudi.
Speak on the mic.
I never liked
Here.
Saudi. No. I never liked him at all.
Antonio, we got Sari. Oh, wow.
Saudi.
Wow.
Is
The
this
reason
true?
why I was like maybe because he won the Europa League with Chelsea. So I'm like maybe he can win the Champions League
Yeah.
because he has 0 losses in the Champions League. And he has only 1 tie in the group stage, so maybe he
Man, you
can
came
win.
with the facts.
Yeah.
You came with the facts. Nice.
Listen.
This guy knows a lot more facts than what you think.
I'm sure.
Okay?
I'm sure he's a smart
So,
kid.
but he's a loser
Anton,
like
tell-
you guys. A bunch of like you
Tell
guys.
tell the people of the podcast how he came on the podcast.
Okay.
Explain
Gaspar,
it.
this kid.
Not Gasper.
How did Gio get into the podcast? Okay. I'll tell you the reasons why.
They lost a 2-0 lead. Cut him some slack. Cut him some
First
slack.
of all,
when you lose.
First of all,
Easy.
Gio is a big fan of IFTV, number one. Okay. Number two, it's an AC Milan in disguise.
Hater?
Wait,
You know, he's an AC Milan fan, but because of his father, he said, his father said to him, you are a Juventus fan.
Dad, is that correct?
Don't put
Well,
don't
Dad
put
is
words
saying
in as
no.
well.
His dad is
Dad
saying
said,
no.
never say that you
We
like
gotta
AC
have a
Milan.
talk with his dad after this.
So what happened is, right now, he told me secretly, he said, Antonio, you know that I'm an AC Milan fan. When my father is around, I'm a Juventus fan. Is that right or no?
Yeah, I am a Juventus fan. I'm
okay.
no way I'm not gonna be an AC Milan, okay?
If your dad leaves a room, though, you're a Milan fan. Right?
One time I offered $100. He almost took it. And he said, I'm going to be an AC Milan fan. I'm going to wear AC Milan forever.
Antonio,
And-
$100 used to be a lot in your days. Now these kids, $100 it doesn't go anywhere.
Can't buy a chocolate bar
What
anymore.
is going to make you change your mind? How much money? How much money?
Here's a
I want
blank
a
check.
ticket to go see Milan versus Juventus then.
That's it.
Just
You
to be
become an
real.
AC Milan fan?
Maybe.
Wow.
Oh.
That's not that bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at
That's not
all.
bad.
Antonio's got a lot of money. He can do that.
I thought you can do it. Change it.
You gotta pay my ticket.
Oh.
Keep going. Keep going. How about our tickets? How about our tickets?
We can handle that.
And my plane ticket.
That's no problem. That's no problem.
I like the way the kid
We
thinks.
flying economy or first class, Giovanni?
First class.
Okay.
Anyway, let's
let's start
allow
this.
Peter to have his moment right
Yeah,
now.
Pete, go.
You're in first place, so I think it's only fair if we start with the
Listen.
Derby. Amazing comeback, 4-2.
Yeah, incredible.
2-0 down, and then you turned it around in the second half.
Nicely said,
mean,
Marco.
As
First
expected.
off, first place means nothing right now. You know, it's May that counts. If you gotta win, you gotta win in the end,
Gasper's
and that's
dying
all.
to
That's
say something
first
already.
thing. That's first. Second, I lost my voice here, but with Milan winning 2-0, the first half 2-0, Inter getting completely outplayed. I was very interested in seeing what Conte had to do and what he was able to do. I think the 2 goals that we scored wasn't anything out of someone's notebook or it was pure grit. I'm not saying luck, no, grit and just getting the chance to score. Brozovic scored an unbelievable goal. That's a beautiful technical goal that he scored. No, it's true.
Anto, you're speaking to the mic. Anto,
How
I
is it-
hear you.
But wait, what's technical about that? There's a rebound and then
The
it
ball
gets-
gets
No, that was
the
beautiful.
ball
That
is
was a
up
nice
in the
goal.
air. You have to be able to hit the ball and hit it on target.
That was almost like Anto's
Into the
body
corner.
in the
He
FIFA.
did.
In the,
He
But
did
it
it.
was not
What?
un'azione coordinata.
I'm
That
not
was
saying, but I'm saying his
not-
technical,
Take
la
a
tecnica,
shot,
la
rebound,
tecnica,
gets the ball,
la
la tecnica.
tecnica.
What
Okay, okay.
technica?
No, either way.
That's
I could have
Continue.
scored that goal 10
Yeah,
times
I don't
better
know.
than
I
him.
don't know about that. I saw the challenge video.
Shit. Peter, you can keep going, Peter.
Keep going.
No, so the second half, it was a tale of 2 halves. The first half, Milan dominated. Milan deserved to score maybe 3-4 goals.
But Pia, there's a lot of questions on it. What was your reaction to after the first half before you jumped?
No,
What
I
were you
mean-
thinking? Were you
No, after
positive?
the first half,
Yeah.
listen, there's no such thing as positive, negative. There's another half to be played.
Okay.
So you have to see how the team is going to come out. If this is a team that's going to be fighting for the Scudetto, you have to come out with, all guns firing in the sense that you go there and you're pressing. You got to play a certain way and the way Conte wants the Inter team to be playing. And I've been critical also of how Inter's been playing some games where you have the let's say better opposition next to you or a team that plays with the ball and Inter kind of step back and they're playing defensive. No, we are Inter. We have good players and we have to be able to play our game, our style of game. Even if we're defensive minded, quote unquote, we have to be able to get on the ball, counterattack, and be efficient with it.
Which we didn't see in the first
And we
half.
didn't see it. We didn't see it.
all
Every time
Milan
we got the
dominating.
ball, we just
Yeah.
gave it right back.
For sure.
So that was my idea. I was saying, let's see how these guys are gonna react. In not even 10 minutes, we scored 2 goals and we're back in this game. We're tied. On set pieces, you have De Vrij, you have Godin. These guys are all Skriniar, Lukaku, big physical guys. That's what Conte wants. He might take away from the technical or the, let's say, elegant play that Sarri loves. But he just makes sure that he puts players in position to win the game and win.
That's
in-
what he loves,
in
but
that.
he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Pretty cool.
You know.
Exactly.
So that's what I think. And
Listen,
then we
listen.
score the goal. Lucky, not lucky.
To be honest
At
with
the end
you,
of the day, you have to
except
put it in the
for
back
the
of the net.
Rice goal, that is more of a mistake of Romagnoli.
Yeah, come on. Why? Because Padelli didn't have any help.
Yeah, I know. Padelli.
Padelli was
Was messing around.
flies over there.
Wow.
Anto, how did you feel about the game? Because in the first half,
Listen,
obviously, me and you were very excited.
We got all to lose, so it's nothing that
Nothing to
You
lose.
got
nothing
you
to lose.
lost. Don't
No,
worry.
no, nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose.
We got that's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
got nothing to lose. So at the end of the first half, I thought that we were a sewage problem over here, and then but then I was bitter. Problem was bitter.
I didn't hear it. No.
Yeah,
He
you
said
make
that it
me
was a
say.
sewage
A sewage
problem.
problem.
But it was
Keep yourself, bro.
That was Peter. All right, don't make me spell
And
exactly
what
what was
happened
going
after
on.
you?
So, did you understand the joke?
Yes.
I think you got,
Hey, what else, Anto?
Hey, listen. AC Milan, the way they played, they came not flat on the second half. I think Pioli, this is the limit of a loser like a coach like Pioli. Pioli, he can really make a determination that you need to catch up or you need to win the game. You just have to make the changes when it's the time to make the changes, not when it's too late. Why the hell are you making that change even when you're down 3-2 and you're
Leao,
waiting
he put him
until the
late.
last 10 minutes to make those changes? You know that those people are flat and just gasping for air. Look, Conte. Conte has already he made all the changes immediately. This imbecile, okay, is still holding on people that they had nothing left. So
Castillejo was...
yeah.
Him and Çalhanoğlu, I mean, I
They
thought it
had
was
nothing
obvious
left.
that he
They
needed
had
Leao,
nothing.
you needed a spark. at
Immediately,
least.
you have to put those players immediately.
Yeah.
You give them 20, 25 minutes because you need only 10 minutes to get yourself into the the position, the situation to understand how to space yourself into the field. And the guy puts them in the last 5, 10 minutes. What the hell are they gonna do?
Yeah.
This is an imbecile. Well, go try to teach somebody like him, that you don't just wait until the last 5 minutes to make those changes. Okay? This guy's another guy like Sarri. Okay? He's learning from Sarri. That's the other problem. He's looking at the wrong leadership. Okay, look what you guys did. All right? No, not that I want to switch subject right now. We're going to take the loss.
Yeah.
We're going to take the loss. Me, I was hoping, not very much. I mean, AC Milan, anytime that AC Milan wins, it's a big thing. But I was hoping for Inter to still stay down. But you guys not helping yourself because you're losing against Verona. Okay, I wound up cheering for a bunch of losers like this guy here, this guy, and that guy over there. I am cheering for you guys. I want you guys to win. Why the hell, for the first time in my life, I'm cheering for Juventus and you guys cannot even freaking win against Verona. What you have to say about that? Say it. Come on, Gio.
What, about Verona?
No, about what do you think about your stupid coach?
Honestly, this season, new coach for Juventus, like new team, like changing everything, trying to mix things around, like he puts Dybala on the bench, which I think Dybala was useful.
He's a smart kid. He knows. Why don't you have a kid like this? I go and sit next to
He's a coach for
Sarri.
Juventus.
Why don't you have a kid like this and sit next to Sarri to tell him Dybala does not belong on the bench? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right. Because I think Higuain, honestly, I think he should be on the bench and Dybala to start. Because honestly, when Dybala went in, I think the game changed and then Ronaldo scored the first goal. Like every single game I ever see Dybala go in, they score the first goal.
Gio's definitely right. He's 100% right. Just to finish on Milan, though, let's continue with that, Mike.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the match? Because
well,
I know Gasper, he's loaded, so I'm ready. I'm waiting.
Coming in the match, I was a little scared for Inter's mentality just because this is a big game. They knew Juve slipped. They knew with the win that they can go on top of the table. So I was like, man, I don't know how I feel about this. First half, they played horrible. They conceded 2 goals. Padelli, shaky. And I was like, man, this is a disaster. I said, if they get a tie full time, I said, it'll be a miracle. But second half, man, I don't know what Conte did to them in the locker room, but they really proved. They're showing their mentality. I don't know if it's just one game. It's still kind of early. But they're showing their mentality that they can actually compete with something like that. Being down 2-0 and then scoring 4 goals in the second half, that's something you need. What a spark you have. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing that you're surprised.
I am surprised.
Oh, come on.
What did I say was the score was going to be?
No, but I'm saying,
at halftime.
but you didn't expect it to be 2-0.
What did I say?
First half.
I know I didn't expect it, but at halftime, he's talking about at halftime. He said it would. What did I say the score was going to be?
Marco gets
4-2.
the correct thing.
Yeah,
But I
but
just
I think it was
It's not a
ironic.
miracle.
It was more of an ironic stance.
Okay.
But
It's not a miracle.
the
That's
thing
all I'm
is-
saying.
The thing with Inter,
You guys like to play like you're Spal or something. No, you got a good team. You got a team.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm
It's
saying
not a miracle.
The thing with Inter is, I feel like they have to concede so they can actually get out of their shell, which is the problem. The same thing happened with Juve. They were playing horrible. They conceded a couple goals. They conceded a goal. Then that's when they started playing. They got to get the mentality where they got to attack, which they usually do. But against the bigger sides, they got to attack. For the bigger games, for stuff like that. That's where I feel like they still lack in. But then again, this is a huge telling right there. It's going to give confidence. And plus, they had Lautaro, a great player out, and Handanovic was out too. So this proved a lot that they have a pretty good bench right now, and they can really make a push for it. Still
Listen,
early, though. It still
it's-
means nothing, first place, like Peter was saying before.
Now it means nothing. When Juventus lose one game, it means everything. But when they, I know,
it goes
I know,
back and
I see how it
forth.
is. Okay.
It goes back and forth.
Anyway,
So early.
Hey,
for
the
this
record,
is
for
a
the
derby,
record,
so
Gio,
no
do
matter
you know-
what happens.
Yeah, no,
Gio, you know this guy here, Mike, his nickname is Flipper.
Flip-flop, yeah.
Flipper, okay. You know why? You know what? Because every
He
week...
changed teams from like Napoli, Milan. Yeah, I heard
Okay,
them.
Gio, I like the nickname Serie Balance or better.
But we don't like that bad.
The,
We get
equali-
Flipper.
the equalizer.
You can call me Flipper. Milan. Okay,
For
that's fine.
for this game, I think that Milan came out great. I think they came out dominating the game, like everybody said. It's basically the same stuff, but I think that the true quality, it's a derby will give you certain emotions, and it'll push you. Like they say, like a wife, if her baby's underneath a car, she gets the strength to lift it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's kind of like what
Superhuman
happened for
strength.
Milan in the first half. But then after a little while,
Depleted,
the
right?
real quality comes out because Inter's got a very good team. I mean, they could keep a guy like Eriksson, like Sensi on the bench, even without Lautaro, even without Handanovic. They're able to come back into this match, and then it's a luxury to put some of those players in. So that's why I'm totally not surprised. Completely expected Conte and his men to come out there and win the game. I even said I would write for a tie at that point, even at 2-0. So Inter, again, week after week, in my opinion, showing that they're the team that it's in their hands. If they want to win the Scudetto, they are capable of it. They've dropped the fewest. Juventus have dropped more points against the smaller teams, and we've seen in the Serie, the team with the best defense usually wins. They got the best defense, and the team that usually beats the smaller teams is able to do it. And I think that we've seen through this week, Juventus lack it against Hellas Verona, where Inter, they have that hunger, just that bite to be able to do it. Gasper, what'd you think?
Oh boy,
Juventus fan.
I'm ready to hear this one.
No. I think the most important thing right now that kind of pisses me off is that people are saying that they didn't expect Inter to win. That this was a surprise just because they were down 2-0 in the first half, guys. Give me a break.
Come on.
You knew.
The team that they have.
You knew that Inter was going to go
It's a
out
derby,
there.
bro.
You knew that Inter was going to go out there, and the second half, even
I like
after the
this guy.
first, in the second half, they were going to come out, guns loaded, go out there, and they're fighting for the Scudetto.
Yeah.
You Inter fans are saying you're fighting for the Scudetto. This showed it today.
Of course.
This showed it today that
But-
you guys went out there. You guys went out there with the
like a loaded gun.
the will to win. You guys have a phenomenal coach. You guys have a coach with a Juventus. With a Juventus.
I thought you was
This
all on
is
board.
This is the Juventus DNA that you guys have
Ah,
right
get
now,
outta
leading
here.
you guys. He goes into the locker room and he's going to tell the players exactly
What to
how
do
it is.
and how to score. Give me a break. They were just stupid lucky situation that they scored the goal.
Antonio, come
Give
on.
me a break.
Milan is.
Give
you
me
guys-
a break.
Come on, stop, please. You guys played the first half like you guys were playing for Champions League final out there. You guys were controlling midfield. I've never seen Milan like this.
Yeah, I know.
As a Juventus fan, I said, if these guys play like this on Wednesday, we might actually get disqualified. We might actually lose. And you guys
Hope
came out in the second half playing like that? This is pathetic. I've never seen a team drop in morale so terribly. And you're telling me that this is magic? This is not magic. Inter came out there, they dominated. They're the team with Lazio that right now are fighting for the Scudetto. Period. They're sick and tired. The problem is that they're sick and tired of seeing Juventus win every single year, right? So now you have two teams. Now you have two teams competing. Listen, between me and you, I think Lazio has a better chance than Inter.
I hope you're right. I'll take Lazio.
But I'll tell you what.
I have to stop cheering for you guys for a bunch of losers like
Listen,
you guys.
but listen,
I gotta
but
take
Juventus-
Lazio.
but
I
Juventus-
gotta have to take Lazio now.
Juventus at 60%. We're playing at 60%.
Wow,
right now.
what's the problem with that?
Because we don't want to give the extra 40 right now. We're holding back.
So in
You
other
know
words, Gio, what do you think? 60% you're
Yes,
playing?
yes, because I think we're trying
Get
to focus.
closer.
We're trying to focus more on Champions League. Okay, look at the Scudetto. I mean, like we won it like 8 times in a row already. You know,
So
come
you're not
on,
interested.
come on.
You're
I'm
not
not
interested?
interested. I'm interested in the Champions League. Everybody wants to win the Champions League. Okay,
And what happens if you don't win the Champions League?
then maybe we'll go with the Coppa Italia and the Scudetto at the end.
It
But
might be
right
too
now-
late.
I mean, no, because we still have at least Inter to play, which we're playing at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're playing Lazio at home, and we have Atalanta to still play, which they're pretty good, but we still beat them at their home. So
You got Milan to play?
come on, yeah,
And Milan.
no, Milan, yeah, actually, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And who else do we have to play?
Napoli. Oh wait, no.
There's
you
a
said-
bunch.
Still-
Oh, you
it's
still
still
have
a
a
long
long
game,
you got a
yeah.
long-
It's-
Those are
long
still
road
like-
ahead.
It's more so just reading between the cards that we've been dealt right now. You're not going to
Yeah.
predict what scores.
No, of course,
Nobody would have
of course.
predicted
Oh, yeah.
Juventus.
But I
and
just want to
Hellas
gasp.
Verona.
I feel like you're not giving Milan enough credit. First of all, I just want to throw some stats in here. I don't want.
How's he not giving Milan credit?
I
Because
just
they
said
gave
I
Milan
just
some
said that
credit,
in
so
the
much
first
credit.
half.
No.
I was afraid.
No.
As a Juventus
But
fan,
you're
I was
saying-
afraid for Wednesday's
okay,
game.
And I just want to add, they're up 2-0 already. Since Zlatan's been there, they haven't lost a game, which is another big thing. Derby, when there's a derby, doesn't matter who's on the bench, whatever. All the form goes
can't
out the
just rely on
window.
Zlatan.
But I'm just saying, you're making it seem like Milan's a nothing team. When Milan, they scored 2 goals.
Bro, he
in
just
the
said
first
Milan
half
in
and
the
they're
first
doing
half
it.
played amazing.
Okay, but
Not
you're making it
nothing
seem
came
like
in.
it was easy. It wasn't easy. They had to redo everything to get that right there. Scoring 4 goals in the second half when you're down.
Yeah, it's
Because Milan didn't show
No,
up
what
the
he-
second
what
half.
he's
saying
saying-
out of
what
miracle.
he's saying
They didn't
that
show up.
But he's playing it like
he's
it was
playing it down that
nothing.
Inter coming
That's what
back.
I'm
You
saying.
cannot,
It was
you
no
can't play that down
surprise.
because in the end, you can say, okay, in the beginning of the game, Inter deserves to win and should win. But then when you're down 2-0, the way Inter
The
played,
plans are out the window
I think
already.
if it took another 10 minutes for Inter to score a goal,
Yeah, it could've
Inter
been,
wouldn't
yeah,
have come
yeah.
back.
Yeah, it
because
could've been
you need
tough.
an early goal.
they would have got too nervous.
Yeah, it
the
could've been
quick
tough.
the quick goal and then the second
was
goal
right away,
right
yeah.
after.
You need things to go right.
Change and flip everything
we're talking
around.
a lot of BS here.
I don't
Okay,
think so.
except for the Vry's goal.
Oh,
Okay?
come on.
With the exception of the Vry's goal, that was a good goal.
And why?
Thanks-
Milan's goal
thanks
were
to
unbelievable
Romagnoli.
goals. Milan's
Thanks to
goal were
Romagnoli.
unbelievable goals.
Let me
Padelli.
finish.
Padelli couldn't even go
Let
with-
me finish. Except for the Vry's goal, which was the most beautiful goal, thanks to Romagnoli's Christmas presents, because I will never let him hit the ball like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could see Skriniar was not marking.
AC
Was
Milan
it
did
Zlatan
not
on
deserve
that
to
one?
lose.
He wasn't.
Inches away
AC
from
Milan
scoring
did
another
not
one.
deserve to lose 4-2. 4-2 is like a lying on
What do you
the
think it
score
should have been?
sheet.
A
3-2.
tie?
That could be
A tie?
if the game will be tied, like a 3-3, it will never. Nobody would be
Well,
crying right
Zlatan
now.
hit the post at the end, which it could have
Okay,
been.
nobody would be crying right
Anyway,
now. Okay,
anyway,
So,
it's all hearsay
is
now.
the past. It
What happened happened.
It
Let's-
is what it
Sorry.
is.
Let's talk about Juventus. They lost to Hellas Verona, a team Verona that's actually caused a lot of trouble coming from Serie B. They've gotten a lot of big results against a lot of big teams. They're in the top half of the table, and they're a team that always play their football no matter who they play. They like to go out there, and they were dominating. I mean, the first half it was domination from Hellas Verona. And again, I think we've said this before, and we said this again. The thing that concerns me most about it is just the mentality where, in the past, we've always seen Juventus, even if they didn't play good, Juventus is not playing good, but you always had that mentality where you're like, listen, you're able to score at the end. You're able to still believe that you're going to be able to get something. What happened? But I feel like this Juventus with Sarri, there's no belief. There's not that fino alla fine, because you got a coach that, he even said himself, we won 8 times in a row. It's normal that motivation is down. In my opinion, a leader is not supposed to say something like that. A leader, you should always want to win the next one. Is supposed to be the next goal.
what did he actually say, Sarri? What did he actually
He said after 8 years of winning, it's normal for this team to not be as hungry to win.
Lack
I would
motivation,
have
right?
fired him right there on the spot. What would you do, Gio?
Yeah, I would do that
I
too.
would say-
Fire him on the
Yeah.
spot
I
for
would
saying
say,
that.
pack up your little stupid cigarette butts and get the hell out of here. That's what I would told him.
But so that was the most surprising thing, and then I think that Juventus's problem is multiple things, not just Sarri.
What's the other problem? What is the multiple thing?
I was up at 1:30 in the morning writing down a list of what it was.
Jeez.
I swear I couldn't
And
sleep.
crying or no?
I couldn't
Go
sleep.
ahead.
No, I was
Give me-
tears
Good
everywhere.
thing,
man.
Anto, good thing he's a Juventus fan. Imagine if he was a
listen,
Milan
The
fan.
top
Oh,
5. Give me
boy.
the top 5 problems.
I'll say it after. I'll pull it up after. We'll let everybody go around. And I just think that there's a Dybala on the bench, like Gio said, and a couple other things. Gasper, what did you feel?
Oh, Gasper's gonna go. Oh, you want a megaphone for this one, buddy?
I love that Gasper. He stays very calm.
I'm calm because I know
Gasper,
Antonio
it's
got
like
a
a
lot to
Mike
say
Tyson.
right
Yeah.
now.
Say exactly what you said about AC Milan. Let's see what you have to say about your stupid Juventus team.
Listen.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
What I said about Milan is the honest truth. If you want to take it, you want to accept it and be a man about it, you accept it. You don't want to accept it and be a crybaby about it.
Give him the
Then
mic.
you know what? That's not my problem. As a Juventus fan, okay, I'll be the first one to admit this is not the Juventus I want to see. Now, regardless of, and I agree with Marco, Sarri is not showing the proper leadership that he should be showing. But regardless of that, okay, we're talking about Juventus. That team doesn't need Sarri. It could go on autopilot. And that team will play at 60% and still win games. Our problem right now, okay, is we need a good midfield. We're all talking about Dybala not playing. We're all talking about Higuain not playing. We're all talking about, listen, as a Juventus fan.
You got
I'm gonna
Betancourt.
Listen,
You wanted me to make you the list of the midfielders that
they're
you
very
have?
average, bro.
Ramsey.
We cannot play with that midfield. We cannot play with Ramsey. We cannot play with Matuidi. We cannot play. We need
Rabiot.
with Rabiot. You want to play? Did you see how he played yesterday? I'll sell him to you. I'll sell him to Milan. Let me give you. Want him?
For free.
We don't take garbage
You
from
want him?
Juventus. We never take garbage from
You
Juventus.
said he was a good player. We'll give him to you. Listen, just pay us a seasonal fee. We don't even want anything up front.
But you guys were bragging about it. Oh, we got Rabiot. We got Rabiot. And then
But
we got that Ramsey.
You know why?
The way they said they filled their mouth. Ramsey. Oh,
You know why? You know why?
Give me a break.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because we got him a parametro zero. $0. And this is what Juventus
But how much
knows
was
how
it?
to do better than anyone, is buy players at zero cost and resell them and make tons of money. Listen, you can say whatever you want. You could say whatever you want. I am not happy with this Juventus. Do I think we're going to win? I don't know if we're going to win Serie A. I don't know if we're going to win
That's
Champions
a loser
League.
mentality. That's a loser mentality.
No, I'm not saying. I have to be realistic, unlike you. I'm going to be realistic. I'm not going to say, no.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
You're getting upset because Peter's here. He rubbed it in your face for an hour and a half now.
Nothing bothers me. Nothing bothers
You're
me.
getting a little red. You're getting a little red.
For the record,
You guys have some
they
blood
all
pressure
hate
medicine
us.
because this guy's going to need it.
Hey,
By the
nothing
time he's
bothers
done
me.
with me at this podcast, he's going to need it.
Can I say a real funny story real quick?
Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, I get a call from Gasper, and we go way back, but we don't really call each other, too often. He calls me. He goes, I got your buddy Antonio over here. He was doing some work at his house. He goes, we didn't get anything done because we've been screaming at each other the whole time. So I can imagine it was a little
Yeah.
something like this. Anything else
No,
that you felt
it
for
was-
Juventus?
No. To be honest with you, I'm not happy. I don't think that we're going to go into the next match with the right head. I think that we need really to reevaluate. Sarri said that, the last conference, the last few words that he said was, we need to reevaluate. We cannot give up points. Is that not what he said?
Something like that.
Okay. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You need to show leadership. You have players that can make the difference. This Sarri ball doesn't exist at Juventus. You don't have players like you had at Napoli, okay? This is a team that is very elevated, okay, with skill. Every player, you cannot run Juventus the way you ran Napoli. You can't do it. Am I right or wrong? Do you agree with me?
Actually,
That
I
took
don't,
years
I
to
don't
build.
agree with you on one point.
Which one?
Only
There is
one, I'm
no
happy.
Sarri ball. Sarri did not invent anything. Nothing.
We spoke about it.
Zero.
It's not about inventing. It's about
Zero.
how we
What is a
interpreted it.
Sarri ball? What's Sarri ball? What is
It's
it?
high pressure, high line.
What is it?
High blood
What is
pressure.
it? What's Sarri's balls? I don't know if he has. I don't even know.
Hold on a second.
I don't even
We gotta
know.
bleep that out.
I
We gotta
don't even
bleep
know.
that out, please.
I don't even know if he's
gotta
got
bleep-
balls. Okay. There's no Sarri balls. Listen,
know
you
either.
guys, you just go after sound bites that they never existed. Sarri did not invent anything. Sacchi, he's the one.
Okay.
that
Let's
invented.
we'll agree. Anyway,
Oh,
let's
thank you.
continue.
Another-
Let's continue. Peter? Did you feel anything? Did you watch? No, I think you didn't.
No, I saw
Or you
only
pretended
highlights.
at least that
no,
you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it. I was at the field, but I saw highlights.
Pretended.
Because you called saying
But,
that you
no,
didn't
but
know.
the thing is, Juventus, they're not playing great. Yes, but I think a lot of Juventus fans, they're not necessarily sour or whatever, but they've been too
spoiled.
long.
We're spoiled.
Exactly, too long being able to win every game and dominate every game. This is how a season's supposed to be. Back in the days when there was a handful of teams that could have won the Scudetto, Juventus would have lost to Perugia. There's other games that, things happen. Inter would have lost to Sampdoria, whatever, And so as the season goes on, you start seeing like some of these smaller teams actually playing up to what they can be, whether it's Lecce, whether it's Hellas Verona, where they're coming up with these big wins against the top teams and being able to give that competitive edge that Serie A has been missing for a long time. It's great to see Inter, Juventus, Lazio all fighting for the Scudetto, all 1 point away. That being said, Juventus right now, they have the star players, but they do not have the hunger. They do not have the ability to just grit it out. And I think Sarri, let's be honest, Sarri was not Juventus' first choice as a coach.
Okay.
They let him get there because they weren't able to get Guardiola. They weren't able to get a coach that they wanted.
So it's like a third choice. Like,
What they use Sarri as is that buffer. It's a buffer from now
Transition period,
to maybe Guardiola next year. Let me
don't think
finish.
so.
no, not
That
Guardiola.
being said, Juventus is still in first place. You know, they're still
they're
there.
not.
They're-
Inter's in first,
No,
actually.
I mean,
On
come on.
points.
It's tight on points. They're still in the mix to win. You have the top caliber players. Ronaldo's scoring. He's almost about to tie Batistuta's record for most goals, consecutive goals. I'm just surprised that Juventus, they played poorly. They got the goal to up 1-0, and then they let 2 goals in.
Let
in
me
20 days.
say something. I
So
want to
there's
ask you. I
something-
want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You're a Juventus fan, right? Do you think Sarri is using Ronaldo the right way? What the hell is wrong
He's
with
scoring.
this guy here?
Well, he's scoring. That's the
Yeah,
part.
Yeah, Ronaldo's having the season. He's doing amazing right now.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? But it's not using Ronaldo as a center.
He's about to break the record for most consecutive
He's the last of their
goals in
problems.
Serie A.
Ronaldo's
What
the
is
last
the-
of your
It's the whole
problem.
team.
What is the problem?
It's the whole team. Look, the midfield is all screwed up. You got the defense because now you got Demiro out, which played really well. Now you got Chiellini's back. So
Chiellini's back now.
no, yeah, he's coming
At the end of the
In a
month,
few
yeah.
weeks, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so if we could get him back in there, maybe we'll put Delict on the bench just in case. Maybe we could put Bonucci on the bench. Maybe.
Bonucci on
yeah,
the bench.
let's-
Isn't he one of the captain of the team right now?
No,
Franchise
but
player.
Look what he did.
Franchise player.
Handball. Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
I mean, you can't blame him for
I
that.
know, but still,
Not good, right?
yeah, not good. And one person I like to blame is Betancourt. That's who I like to blame. With that stupid back heel, so that Borini can just go and just score. After
That was Pjanic, wasn't it?
No,
That was,
No.
first it was Bentancur,
oh,
and then Pjanic tried to
Pjanic.
save it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Um,
I'm so sorry to hear that, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. So I even texted you guys at 1:30. I responded to Antonio last week. You wrote in the group, "I'm gonna rant like a maniac." Last week, remember? Remember you sent that?
I never said that, did I?
I mean, we could check the group.
That's
but-
a good message.
We can check the group for proof.
So I replied. I said that was you last week. This was me this week.
There we go.
So a couple of things that you asked for the mistakes, right?
Yeah.
I outlined 5 points
Okay, let's see.
that I think. Number 1, the players. I think that besides a few, which I'll name, I think that they're not hungry enough to win this. I think that yes, you could put a lot of blame on the coach, but at the end of the day, the players that are on the field, they don't look motivated to be able to win. They look like a team that's up in the Scudetto, that has the Scudetto in the hands, almost like, oh, we're Juventus, we're able to always win, no matter how we play. We don't have to die for the game. Besides a couple players, which I said, Ronaldo, obviously. De Ligt, I think he's been playing amazing for a young kid. Szczesny, who's always been on the top of his game, even though he has a couple mistakes here and there. Cuadrado, because he's playing in a completely different position. He's playing as a right back, which he's never played as a right back. Dybala. And Costa, because the guy's made out of glass. So I don't. No, he is. I love Costa, but I mean, he got injured again. He's gonna miss the next 3 games.
Wow.
So besides those guys, I think that everybody else needs to take a hard look in the mirror. Pjanic, Bentancur, Rabiot,
Even Pjanic?
Alexandro,
Yeah, Pjanic has a really good
Higuain,
season.
Bernadeschi. I'm not even going to talk about because he's been on the bench. Those guys need to have a hard look, and a lot of these guys are not supposed to be Juventus players. They're not supposed to be, and I think that they're in over their head. That's one problem. Number 2 is the management, because people want to talk about the players, but there's also the management that chooses who they are. And any management that goes into a season with Danilo, De Sciglio, and Cuadrado as 3 out of the 4 right backs, full backs, is a problem. De Sciglio is a substitution that gets put in because he's one of them. And then a midfield that we've seen that with the mistakes. And then on top of that, to correct your mistakes in January, they don't do anything to fix it. Meanwhile, Inter signs Eriksen, signs Moses, signs young players that they needed. So I think that a lot could be said on him. And even the question of Marotta. Maybe Marotta was the guy that was actually knew which players to sign. He picked up Barella, picked up Sensi, who are both very good midfielders, better than any midfielders that we have. The
Hey,
third,
when you got money, you can pick up anybody you
Why
want.
Juventus
okay?
doesn't have money?
Well,
You got him there, Pete.
well, they thought that they had the players to win the whole thing.
Hey.
Now all of a sudden,
Well, no,
they're
their
starting to
midfield-
think about it.
I feel like
you
their
know what I
midfield
mean?
was always-
They thought they had it. Probably Sarri told them, well, "I don't need anybody." That's what he did, right? Right? Didn't he say that?
Yeah, you're right. Sarri is the third, in my opinion. I think that it was always a question mark. I mean, we always knew that he played beautiful football, that his teams always played great football, but there was always a question mark from us if he was in over his head, if he was not really a winner in the past. He's never really won anything besides the Europa League. He's never really managed great players, and his teams were always built. You know, his Napoli it took years to get to that point. It wasn't overnight, whereas Juventus that has Ronaldo and that has these players needs to win right away. It's not that you could take 3 years to be able to build this Juventus. They need to win now. You want to win Champions League now
Especially
while
with
Ronaldo's still there.
Yeah.
And then the comments that Sarri has made of we lack motivation. Then he even had the stupid comments of it's okay if we lose to, at least it's Napoli that we lose to.
You like that?
Or
You
we
like
should
that?
wear
That
striped
was not nice.
we should wear striped shirts again because we're not getting as many penalties. I know that he said these as jokes, but for me, a winner does not go out and say this when you're in a bad moment. And yeah, it's a bad moment because 2 out of 3 losses in Serie A. And the 4th and 5th I had as Allegri. Because as much as we want to blame the players, Allegri had the same exact players, if not less. And he was still able to have that mental edge on the opponents. Yes, Serie A has gotten better. I agree. The smaller teams, Inter, Lazio, wasn't the same.
Smaller teams, Inter, Lazio.
I meant in addition, the smaller teams, comma, Inter, comma,
Inter is a
Lazio.
great team.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, I meant the
By
comma.
the way, are you guys still in Champions League, Pete? Are you still in the Champions League?
But we're much better than Milan right now. So
Oh, wow.
The Europa
That was not the question.
That was a
that was
little
that was
jab.
my
You won
answer.
The Champions League.
That was my answer.
Oh, boy.
I answered you, and I gave you
Are
also
still competing
supplemental
for the
answer.
Champions League right now?
I said no, but we're much better
I'm
position
so
than
sorry to hear
Milan.
that, Pete. Very sorry to hear that.
You guys are in the cup like Europa League.
You see?
Your buddy Gio is going at you.
Yeah, focus on your team, okay? You guys are in 10th now.
Oh,
Come on.
I cannot do anything live over here because we'll be child abuse. But as soon as the podcast is over, I'm gonna kick your butt.
We'll see.
Last thing I want to say is some quotes from Pirlo this week, where he spoke about that they asked Pirlo if he was surprised, and this is what me and Gasper and Gio too, who knew Conte, understood what Conte did with the Juventus that he had. He took a bunch of losers and he made them beat and win the league. And they asked Pirlo, he said, "You're surprised by what Inter's doing?" And he said, the only people that are surprised by what Inter's doing are the people who don't know Conte. He said, the people that know, he goes, I know Conte too well for me to be surprised by what he's doing. And he talked and he said about how Conte gets you to do even extra from what you do. And now with the reinforced squad, I think that Inter, you got the team to compete. And for Juventus, they don't seem hungry enough. My biggest fear is coming true. My fear was always, Juventus are better. They should be better on paper. But I thought that quality would be able to outlast the mentality. But I think that Inter's proving that they're able to have that mental edge over them.
You know what? I'm kind of a little disgraced though, just listening to the three of you. You already conceded already. The way you guys
Who
are
said
talking.
we conceded?
Look, he just said
He's
it.
just stating facts. These are
You
the
guys,
facts.
I've already
Anto, what do we
conceded. While you
predict?
are on first place, you consider that Inter is going to win the championship.
Anto, in August, I predicted that Inter would win the championship. You did too. And they said Juventus would win it.
Well, you know my prediction.
It was Inter to win.
I know, but you don't read. You don't read exactly what's behind my prediction.
He's doing a mind game, are you saying?
Okay, so for you guys to be talking like this right now, in other words, you just laying the carpet down for Inter to say, "Hey, listen, we already done." So
Listen, me and Gasper and
this is
Gio
your
are not
year.
on the field. We're not the ones that are coaching. We're just seeing the way that Sarri is, the way that the management is, and the players are playing, and we're just saying it how it is. That's it.
Do you still have a chance to win this year? Yes or not?
Yes, we do.
question is
What is your chance from in terms of percentage?
70. At least 70%.
Okay, so you guys, you're not out yet, are you?
We're not saying
We're not
that.
saying we're not. Antonio, I think you're taking this a little bit overboard now, all right? Listen to me. You're going a little overboard now. No.
You already said that you guys gonna lose already. The Inter is gonna win.
I've been sitting here now and listening to what you've been saying, and now I just had about enough. I had enough to hear. We're conceding. No. We're not conceding. We're telling you the facts. We're telling you the facts. some facts that when we tell you about Milan, you can accept. We're not telling you we're done. Listen, Marcello Lippi, if you heard what he said about a month ago, he said, you guys are all ramping, all talking about Juventus. He says they're playing 60% soccer. 60, okay? They're competing for 3 cups, and they're still top of the table. You don't think that Juventus? We're talking right now.
Cups, the coffee cups. Listen to me.
The coffee
Listen to me.
cup.
Listen.
Those are the only competitions that Milan win this year.
He took it out of my mouth. He took it out of my mouth.
Hey,
You let that one out for me.
see, hey, for anybody that you guys don't, some of you guys, those are all AC Milan players.
No.
Look what they
AC
do
Milan
right
players.
now.
I wish I was an AC Milan player.
No, what did I say?
You said player.
Giocatori.
They are all AC Milan
Haters.
Did you see me before the game?
He had a Milan shirt.
So-
on.
I was
get a
going
Milan
crazy with
jersey.
it. I put the Milan anthem. We were
Guys,
going
by the
nuts.
way, if you're
There's
not
a
following
video.
our Instagram at ItalianFootballTV, you're missing a lot. Our Instagram stories are on fire. We're going crazy.
So, you know,
Donato,
if you
continue.
put them all together and you ask them how many Champions League their teams have, compared to the AC Milan number of Champions
Mika,
League.
you know what?
It's a simple math. It's a simple math.
When was the last
Two
time?
fingers
When
math.
was the last time you guys even won anything?
It has nothing
When's
to
the
do-
last time you celebrated
When did you?
anything?
When did you? The campionato doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing.
You know what I do with campionato? I take it, I go to the bathroom.
You know
That's what
why?
I do.
You know why?
I don't need the
because you
campionato.
haven't won it. You haven't won
BS.
any.
We don't need
How
that.
many years?
We don't need it.
You
What do
don't
you
need
need?
it.
What do you need?
He doesn't need anything.
What do you need?
He's not gonna see anything.
We only play for champions.
No, you guys are playing. You guys are playing.
You
for
can't
fun
even
now,
play in
right?
Champions.
You guys are playing for fun now. This is just to go out there on the pitch like you guys did today. Come out like, come out first half. Yeah, I said to myself, oh my God, what the hell is going
I
on?
didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Did I say anything?
Thank God I didn't
What'd
watch the
you
game
say?
with you. Thank God I didn't watch the game with
He
you.
turned around. He looked like Hulk.
Come on, you gotta give it to them. They played
Anyway.
a great first
Nah,
half.
I know.
All right. We're ready to move on? We're good?
Well,
think so.
I think we got to
think
give
we
some
talked-
credit to Hellas Verona too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
do we
think
say
Hellas
it?
Verona,
Oh, yeah.
Verona,
Go.
Amrabat got sold already to Fiorentina. Kumbula is a
He's
top
a
guy that
beast.
Inter
Yeah.
Napoli are fighting for.
Rachmani, another great center back over there.
Juric is a Gasperini guy.
Also,
played with him.
Borini's killing it over there. Right now, they're on an 8-game unbeaten streak in the Serie A. They haven't lost. They came from Serie B, and it looks, I think, let me check what position. they're
Yeah,
in.
and just this
Yeah, I
week,
just got a
0-0 with Lazio, beat Juventus. Those are the two best teams
They're
in
currently
Italy
in
right
sixth spot, a European spot. They
Anto.
just came from Serie B, which is
come
incredible.
to the
Forza
microphone
Hellas
real quick.
Verona.
There's a Lukaku after the match said that there's a new king in town.
That's him.
What do you think about that?
Don't make me say something on the.
This is the picture.
Oh yeah.
He said there's a new king in town.
But just because he scored that goal over
Yeah.
there, he didn't do much on the
Oh, no,
game.
I think he did a lot.
He didn't do anything.
What
He
did
didn't
he
hold
do?
up the
He
ball.
didn't. No, he did nothing.
Yo, P.
Mike,
Romagnoli had him in his pocket until the 90th
What did he
minute.
do?
What
did he
But
do?
listen,
Peter's
it
not
was
even-
no. It's not his fault in the sense because
Yeah,
if
we're
the
not saying it's his
midfield, the
fault.
midfield, this game, Inter's midfield did not produce.
But we're not
The
we're
second
saying
half
it's his
came
fault.
out
We're just saying
and held
that
up
he
the
did
ball.
not play great.
What
No,
did he do?
didn't
I'm
play
not
great.
saying
He didn't play
great. He
He
said
had,
he
he had
didn't do
some,
anything.
No, he had
What
some.
did he do? Besides
said he
the
didn't
goal?
do
No,
anything.
listen.
Final minute,
The
he did.
first half, he was the only one that broke away. Was able to make
He
the
was
pass
the
to
only one
Vecino,
holding the ball,
holding
bringing
the
it
ball
up,
up,
exactly,
passing it over.
distributing. What are
Anyway, you guys
talking
gave Ellis
about?
Verona
It
the
was-
credit? You guys said it?
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Ellis Verona
No,
deserved that.
no. That
Yeah.
to the mentality that they have, and of course, freaking Borini. He just had to do it.
Fabiana, baby.
Bologna beat Roma. Wow. 3-2.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Really weird.
What the hell is it? This season in Serie A is just.
A topsy-turvy.
That's the one
literally.
good thing. I'm getting text messages from people who never watch a Serie A that is like sending me pictures. What the hell's going on in your league? Because you just can't predict it. Orsolini, just scoring game after game. And Roma.
Musa Baro, too. He got 2 goals and assists. He's on loan from Atalanta. I think he's only 21 years old. He had an amazing game. But yeah,
What is wrong with Roma?
First of all, Roma, they're missing Zaniolo. They had Pellegrini out. Cristante also got a red card. So there's a lot
Yeah.
of things. And their defense, they've been conceding like crazy recently. They had one of the best defenses in Serie A like
Past two
a
ga-
few,
I think the
a
past two
few
games.
rounds ago.
But
But
even
now,
Smalling, the mistake that he made.
yeah,
I
dude,
mean, a guy that's
he
been
left
playing
it. He
great.
left it. That's what I'm saying. There's some kind of mental thing that's going on. But I think they're in 5th place right now. But there's still a lot of time, obviously, to.
I feel like we
get
keep talking
more
about that
points.
glue of Zaniolo and even Dzeko at this point. I saw a lot of Roma fans even saying that at this, I wish we could have gone back and sold Dzeko because
Oh,
of
come
how.
on. That's
I
too
wouldn't,
harsh.
I wouldn't
Too
say
harsh.
that, but
I'm just saying
You
what.
need
what
Zaniolo. You need. He's
Zaniolo
he's
helps a lot.
he's really the heart of the team. Without him, they struggle.
I believe so too.
Well, I mean, he's.
but Pellegrini too, one of the better players
Yeah.
for Roma too. He was
But
suspended.
Zaniolo is able to create from nothing. So, like, you could have a bad game, and then all of a sudden, gets in front of the goal
100%.
and makes something happen. But I think the biggest question is Roma's defense. I think the past 2 games, they lost this game with 3 goals, 3 against 2, and then I think the
4,
last week,
Sassuolo,
4
right?
goals. So, these are 2 games, Sassuolo, Bologna. Yes, decent teams, but nothing special. And they should not be giving up 7 goals in 2 weeks.
100%.
So Fonseca really has a problem, with the defensive partnership. I think Smalling's is having a great year. Mancini not so much. So they got rid of Florenzi. Santon is
Santon's
there,
not
but
doing good at
Santon
all.
I've never
Santon's
been a fan
horrible.
of.
They did a
Is there
big
question
mistake.
marks around Fonseca right now?
A little bit. I
Listen,
mean,
it's the first
still
year in
early.
Serie A. He wasn't expected to do
Exactly.
anything besides maybe compete for Champions League and Europa League.
But the past 4 Roma games in all comps, they lost 3 of them. So
It's just
they
I feel like
they are in a row.
I feel like for Roma, it's also like the scary how the competition. Like I think I've said this before, but like they were at one point after Milan, after Juventus and Milan were fighting for the Scudetto. It was Roma who was fighting for that Scudetto,
yeah.
and I think that a lot of Roma fans have saw themselves go from. We could fight for first place with Rudy Garcia. They were
they
it
were
was
always
always
second
tight.
place.
And
Yeah.
they've seen since then Napoli come and be able to jump them. They've seen Lazio now, who's the fiercest rival, come and be able to play better football and get better results than them. They've also seen Atalanta come, jump up them, and I'm not saying Roma's been horrible those years. I'm just saying that I feel like as a Roma fan, and we're speaking to Wayne, who's going to come on one episode, he's a big Roma fan. He's like, it's just so hard. They're selling their club. There's a lot of things that are going around Roma that it's kind of chaos, a little bit of a chaos. So, yeah, but credit to Bologna and to Mihajlovic.
Yeah, but I think also with the Roma problem is it stems down to the ownership, where they weren't able to get the stadium. And if you remember the beginning when Di Benedetto, James Pallotta, they bought the team, they did invest. They did buy some players. Then once they kept on lagging on and the bureaucracy in Italy did not give them the access or the ability to build the stadium, he's ready to sell. There was rumors that he was about to sell to another American. So
They say it's going to be done
it
soon,
should be
in a
done
couple
soon.
weeks.
So I mean, that really has an influence. Juventus' success. Listen, they have great management. They were able to get the greatest players, and they have a history of winning. But the Juventus Stadium, the Allianz Stadium, really helps them to be able to spend money and buy players
The
from
revenue
the
it
books,
brings in is
especially
just
financial
much
fair
more.
play. We saw Rocco Commisso have his press conference complaining that he's not able to spend any money on his players because he only has a revenue of $84 million. And it's hard to compete with teams that have $200, $300 million coming in.
And they're making that from stadiums.
So exactly.
From their
and
stadium.
the stadium is very important.
Yes, I have.
Wow. See?
It's a lot nicer than Milan San Siro Stadium.
Oh,
Yes.
Did you go to San Siro too?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
I went to go play in Italy.
Oh,
Soccer, yeah.
really?
nice.
This guy, by the way, is a very good soccer player. Okay?
What position?
Plays like AC Milan style, but
I hope
Wait,
not.
so you
I hope
lose?
not.
Yeah, I was going to
AC
say.
Milan.
but that's what I said. He's a great player because he plays the AC Milan style. Then
I don't think
his
he's
father,
a great player. If
His
he's
father,
Milan style.
his father said you always a Juventus fan. So I don't know. Am I able to put a mouthpiece on his father?
Atalanta had a 2-1 win over Fiorentina. I was watching that game. Chiesa, finally, I saw him score a beautiful goal. It was a tremendous goal. I know you're mad at Golini, right? On the goalkeeper.
I mean, it was near post too, but you got to give him credit here. That was an amazing volley from him.
That was an easy save.
Not easy,
An easy
but
save?
he probably should have saved that too.
And then Atalanta went on to score Zapata, first goal from open play since October. So they finally got their guy back. I mean, for Atalanta, we talk about
been injured
injuries
for
for,
so long,
Juventus and for Inter. Let's be honest. A team like Atalanta who gets an injury to a player like
They s-
Zapata, it hurts them so much
It hurt
more.
them so much, but they still perform. They
And
don't
they
even
still,
let that
yeah.
as an excuse, which is
They've had some
incredible from
dips
them.
here and there, but
Yeah.
obviously like every other team. But Atalanta, a huge win for Fiorentina. I mean, it's so weird how football works because they just beat them in the Coppa Italia. Fiorentina were able to beat them in the Coppa Italia,
Yeah.
and now a week
right.
later, 2 weeks later, they're not able to.
And now Atalanta are in 4th place by themselves. They hopped Roma, so they are
Wow.
in a Champions League spot. So it's going to be interesting to see. A lot of people are doubting if they can do what they did last season and get another Champions League spot. What do you call it? Gasperini was actually saying, we're going to show that it's not a fluke, that they
Oh,
want to
shit.
push. Like this, they're going to be their Scudetto, a Champions League spot, and go for it.
Why don't you
So
ask
it's interesting.
Gasper your question that you always ask?
About Gasperini. What do you... Yeah.
That's a coach for that you guys. That's a real coach.
Not for Juventus.
Not for
Great
Juventus.
coach, great coach, great coach.
Why?
He was able.
Why not? Why not?
I'm surprised
Because he doesn't have Sarri's balls.
I'm surprised that you're even asking me this question. That you stooped down so low
Really?
to ask me this question. Now,
How so?
Gasparini, great coach. What he's been able to do is amazing.
He's scoring 5 goals against
wow.
everybody. 5 goals
Guys,
against AC Milan,
still
4
don't
goals
un-
against you guys. He
his
scored
top
against
four goals.
everybody.
Against
you
us.
you guys haven't understood anything then.
No, so what is it that we don't understand? Yeah.
Juventus is on autopilot. Doesn't matter who you put there. Right now, we need players. The only thing that I'm saying about Sarri is that I don't like, just like Marco said, his approach. The way he talks, the way he makes us look in front of the press. I don't care at the end of the day, okay? Do you think, I mean, to be honest with you, I've gotten criticized by a lot of people that I say that the coach of Juventus, just like when they used to say that Allegri wasn't a great coach, I used to say all the time that Allegri's not making the decisions. It's coming from up there.
Oh, from
Nobody understands.
You're speaking his language now.
I do.
You're speaking
no,
his language.
but this is the truth. This is the truth.
That's what I've been
Allegri-
preaching to for the
you
last
did
20
say.
years.
But this is the truth. But you
20
guys,
years.
you guys
24. Since I was 4 years old.
I think you've been watching the podcast lately, are you? So,
You are speaking his language.
He's gotten very old in 20 years.
listen to this. Listen to this. Don't tell me that Gasparini is not a coach for Juventus.
He's not a coach for Juventus. He's not a coach for Juventus.
Why? Because
Basically,
he's too good? Why? Because he's too
the
good?
control that he does at Atalanta.
Oh.
Do you
Like what he
understand?
said.
We need a coach. We need a coach with a willing mentality that has
They need a
blood
man-
in his
they-
mouth.
They need a manager.
That
Juventus
have-
doesn't need a coach.
that have
They
just need
They need more money.
Forget about money. They need a coach. They need a coach that has
Zidane.
the taste of blood,
Zidane.
the taste of winning.
Who's this coach?
in
Give
their
me,
mouth.
give me 2-3 names.
Not even Zidane. I'll take Pepe Guardiola. Wow. You know who I would really like to see in there?
Who?
I mean, I would love to see
Pioli?
him. No.
Simeone.
Padre
Simeone.
Pio. He couldn't even help Milan today.
Simeone. Blood in the mouth.
I would love to see Simeone as the coach of Juventus. I love his mentality. You know what?
Do you know how much he makes?
Oh, yeah. First time I'm going to see
Take
what
a guess.
he wants to.
How much he makes?
A year, a season. Yeah.
Is it more than 12?
Yes.
You're not even close.
I'm far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
43.
Okay. Thanks. I'm talking. Because we said this.
$43 million.
He makes 20 more than
I just
Guardiola.
don't-
and
how is this
Mourinho.
I don't know how it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
L'Equipe released the salaries, and he's the highest paid coach in the
First
world.
of all, how's
Is that what his
possible?
Instagram account or something? Because it's impossible.
Gio, what would you
You
pick
still
as a
want him,
coach?
or-
Hey, Gio's got a good coach.
No, I mean not for that money, but
Who's your coach?
The best coach in the world right now is Klopp. So I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh wow.
Listen, if he
won
wins,
the Champions League, right?
he's gonna win
He played
Premier
with
League.
Dortmund, right? So I guess why not put him with Juventus? Maybe he can win the Champions League with them because he could bring what he did with Liverpool to Juventus, and maybe that can change how.
He's not a
You know
bad
what,
option at all.
I actually agree.
Yeah.
Because his team plays with a certain intensity,
Yeah, they do.
like Simeone or Conte, and then also have a certain style.
They
Like
need certain players too, like Guardiola too. So
Yeah, but even if you
Juve's
look
wouldn't
at
work,
the
Juve's
thing
team.
that
They
I
got
admire
power.
about Liverpool a lot is if you take those players individually, they're not incredible. They're not the best players
They
in
play
the
as a
world
good
at each
team.
position.
Yeah.
Besides Van Dijk and Alisson,
They play as a team.
and Robertson, they're great. But as a team, he really got a team.
It took
to
him a
build.
while, but it
did
wasn't
take
overnight.
exactly. Yeah, Conte even said it. I mean, Conte, he got criticized for saying that Klopp didn't win in how many years? It took him 4 years, I think, to win at Liverpool, and now he's going to win the Premier League, obviously.
You know what?
But anyway,
The answer to Gaspar because
Yeah.
I didn't finish to answer to him.
Oh,
you know
boy.
what?
You
You know what Guardiola said about Gasperini? He thinks this is one of the best coach around now. Guardiola said
I
that.
never said he wasn't.
But why it's not good enough for Juventus? Because it's not the mouthpiece of the lapdog of Agnelli? Why? because that guy is gonna demand.
The reason.
Yeah, did you know?
He calls Nedved the lapdog.
It's a
You got
laptop.
away with words, this guy. You got away with words.
Listen to me. If you give the team to Gasperini,
Yeah.
Gasperini is gonna tell the lapdog and his boss, I said, you watch the game and you let me handle the situation on the field by myself. I don't need you.
But maybe
to
that's
tell
why
me.
he's saying that it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
Why not?
Because he's like what you just said.
But
they
it's
want
not
a yes
working
man.
with Sarri.
Even when people said, "Oh, he picked the," they picked up Sarri. They had the chance. They should have picked up Conte. I don't even think Conte would have been good for this Juventus. I think Conte is good for Inter right now. They have these small time players that he's making them play like they played together for years. It's absolutely amazing what he's doing. But with a team like Juventus, you need somebody a little bit more experienced. Now, these big names, Guardiola, Simeone, maybe they don't work. Maybe they do. I don't know. But Juventus definitely needs to sit back right now. They need to finish off the season. And when the transfer window opens up, they need to make some serious purchases.
Who would you get?
Who would I get?
Yeah, you too. That's a question for you. Who do you need to win everything, especially the Champions League? Before your
listen,
friends,
right now
listen to
there's
me.
rumors-
Stop. Your friends before were saying when we get Cristiano Ronaldo, we're gonna win the Champions League. So far, nothing. So who
Wait,
do you
is
need?
it over?
1 year.
Champions League is not over.
Oh,
What if you don't win?
Antonio, come
What
on,
if
you
you don't win this year?
It doesn't make a difference. There's rumors right now.
It doesn't
There's-
make a difference.
There's rumors right now. 150 million for Van Dijk. And
there you go.
and Lionel Messi.
You gotta relax with the newspapers.
And then you woke up, right?
Listen, but let's be honest. If Lionel Messi wanted to come to Juventus, I think we should take him right away.
Maybe.
I mean, that is
Does he
what.
wanna come?
Well, maybe.
Would you
I
take him?
would, of course I would take
Come
him.
on, what kind of question is that?
Zanetti could bring him to Inter, I think. I don't know.
Argentinian steakhouse over here.
Yeah, that-
Yo, let's go.
Gio, which player do you need to win the Champions League?
Which player?
Yeah, which player you need to win the Champions League? Are you happy with what you have?
I mean, right now, we need changes. Like a lot of, new changes right now. But
Just give me 2-3 players.
all right, fine. Messi, I'll
Oh.
take him. I'll put him in the midfield.
Jesus.
Put him in the midfield.
Playing career mode over here.
We're
Playing FIFA 2020.
First of all,
All right,
Yeah.
set up the PlayStation up already, guys. No, listen. Realistically, we need one player. We need Pogba. That's it.
No.
I'm happy with Pogba, and we have to get rid of
No.
Pjanic.
Oh,
no.
The best. He's
No,
the
no, no.
best.
So Messi, give me another one and that's it. Come on.
Not Pogba. Honestly,
Not Pogba,
no,
okay.
not Pogba because, remember the last time he was with Juventus, right? You know what happened with, freaking he goes to Man United after that, starts all the crap.
But
Now he wants to go back because Ronaldo's there. That's stupid.
No.
That's really stupid.
But you guys sold him.
We took
Yeah,
Bonucci
no,
back.
because- yeah, we
If
took
we're gonna
Bonucci
take
back,
Bonucci
but-
back, I'll take Pogba back.
Nah,
If you maybe choose
honestly.
one. I,
I think the reason why we took Bonucci back is because of Chiellini. Because he probably told, Agnelli to go buy Bonucci back, right?
That's possible. That's possible.
Because they're, the best dynamic duo over here. You know what I mean? The best,
Chiellini's
both,
made Bonucci
okay?
look very good. Bonucci's been very lucky that he was born in the same
fair.
time as Chiellini. And I think when we see Bonucci without Chiellini, he looks like a little
They
puppy that's
complement
lost.
each other.
They complement each other.
Bonucci
Yeah.
did step up a little bit for most time that
Yeah.
Chiellini was out, so you got to give him some props. Whatever, there's some blunders here and there, but
Yeah,
for the
but
majority,
Gio,
I thought he was
Gio,
very good.
what makes you think that Chiellini coming back, him and Bonucci, they're going to be the same the way they used to be a few years ago?
Well, maybe we could put Delict with Chiellini. Maybe that would, because we never did that, I don't think, before.
And you put Bonucci on the bench.
Yeah, we'll put Bonucci on the bench for now.
We'll
If-
sell him
if
back to
Delict
Milan.
gets- Why not?
You guys might need him right now after this loss.
Oh, I mean, you guys need a defender.
Yeah,
Another-
you guys do need a defender, that's for sure.
Yeah, but not Bonucci.
You guys don't have anything good. And if we could actually get Van Dijk in the summer, that would be even better.
Sure.
Nah,
No, you
I
never
wouldn't even
know.
take him.
But you see, you guys both
have
both
such
you
good
guys
center
both you
backs.
guys mentioned Messi, Van Dijk, and you guys said
no.
us, you guys said your midfield is the problem.
Yeah, that's
you
what
didn't
I
get a midfielder.
Guys, we
so
were
who is the
we were
midfielder that's going to
playing
be able?
FIFA
to...
2020.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
okay. So who is the midfielder? He said Pogba. Who would be a midfielder for Juventus that you say can be a game changer for Juventus? You don't have to answer right now if you don't
Yeah,
have
give him
something.
you got to ask him the
Yeah.
question
You
and
can
then
come
let's
up.
go
Yeah.
around. For me, I'll answer your question since I posted it before. I think that there's 5 names and you sign 3 out of the 5. You got to sell anyone in the midfield, it's fine. I don't mind. Pogba, Milinkovic, Castrovilli, Tonali, and Verratti. 3 of those 5. 3 of those 5. Not everybody.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot
Hey,
of money,
listen,
kid.
I don't choose Rabiot.
That's a lot of money.
If you ask me, I would take 3 out of those 5.
I hope you got a printer for those, for those
Oh,
dollars.
don't worry,
over there.
we'll do it.
You need to print the money. You need
A few printing machines for that one. That's
Listen,
for sure.
you the amount of money that they spend on the salaries of Ramsey and Rabiot, I would definitely take some of these midfielders. Let's talk about
Yes. What do you mean he's done?
who's he
He's
saying?
good.
Gio wants Busquets. Busquets is like retired already.
nah.
Come on,
I
Gio.
think he's good with because you know how he plays with Messi and everything, and you know he's old. But
Yeah, but
still,
You
You
gotta
got
apply a
Messi.
fitness card on that guy.
but
Lecce beat Napoli 3-2 today.
Yes.
It was an incredible match. Again, another team from Serie B that was playing in second division last year. They were up 3-1 at one point against Napoli. A Napoli that at times looked horrible. Milik scored on a goal that he almost even missed. Insigne at one point frustrated me so much. I don't know if you guys saw it. He had one time that he thought he was offsides. So he was looking at the linesman. The linesman kept his flag down, and then he decided to take the shot.
He hit the post too, Insigne.
Did he hit the post?
Yeah, he hit the post.
He hit the post.
Yeah.
But yeah, a Lecce again. This is a Lecce that pulled upsets. They tied Juventus, they tied Inter, they tied Milan, and now they beat Napoli. What do you guys think about
At
the
the
game?
San Paulo also.
Oh yeah, at the São Paulo. Which now this day, I mean, São Paulo used to be that nobody could ever go there and get a point.
It's feared.
Now,
it's
I mean,
changed.
Napoli they don't look like they have that heart. Even Koulibaly.
Manolas wasn't playing. It was Maksimovic and Koulibaly. I don't know why he wasn't playing. I think they're saying rest, but I don't know exactly.
you can't
what
rest a guy like
that was
It
weird.
makes no
Koulibaly
sense.
came back after being.
Thank
almost
God
knocked out.
Manolas was not playing. Otherwise, would have been 5-2.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
What'd you think about the match, P?
Oh, I mean, I spoke with Lula the other day. He was like, Napoli's still sick, and it pretty much makes sense because even with Sampdoria, you know, they were up 2-0. Sampdoria is able to get back 2-2, and then luckily they get the third goal, and you feel like, okay,
It's like a full
maybe
goal.
there's something coming up. And, you know, Napoli, you see Insigne pumping up the crowd, screaming, they beat Juventus. Everything looks like it's on its way back to reality or back to how it used to be. And then they have a game like this versus Lecce. Lecce, I mean,
Lecce
they
barely
play-
score.
No,
they
but
barely score, and they scored 3
no,
goals.
but the thing is,
though.
Lecce, they play tough. I mean, they tied Inter, they tied
Oh, yeah, I get
Milan.
They're
They're
a
not.
frustrating
They're not
team.
exactly. They're
Very
not an easy
frustrating.
team. They're not an easy team.
Defensive.
But that being said, Napoli have certain objectives, right? And by winning this game, they would have jumped over Milan. They would have been able to get closer to Europa League or closer to Champions League potentially. Just poor, poor. These goals, the crosses in, header, these things do not
concede
happen
cheap goals.
to a top team. There
many
was
mistakes.
talks of Milik getting fouled in the penalty box.
I
Does
mean-
look like there's
There
contact.
was some
No,
contact.
he definitely got
Did
fouled.
he make a meal out of it? Was the
And
question.
it was at 2-1. It could
today,
change the game
some
at
of the
2-2.
penalties that I've seen given that had
Yeah.
more contact than
Yeah,
80% of
that's
them.
true. They're not
he made
consistent. We
he,
talked
he
about
did
this so many
he threw
times.
himself a lot, which
Yeah.
probably
But
was to his
But
detriment.
there was contact. I'm not sure
I mean,
if it
there
was enough, though.
That's always given today. That's always given as a penalty.
So-
and then that actually changed the match, though.
Yeah, well, of
because if they got
course.
that penalty,
2-2.
Lecce,
Yeah.
they
who
went
knows?
on.
That's
and-
true. That's true.
So that's pretty much Napoli's season. Napoli's season has been a lot of question marks and a lot of things that happen just by sleight of chance. Going back to l'Atalanta, that's when it kind of looked like it took a downturn or spiral down for Napoli's season, where they were supposed to get a foul on the other side or a penalty on the side. The ball gets kicked on and Atalanta gets the goal. So,
Oops.
somebody's phone.
Someone dropped the phone.
So, it's just been up and down. They have to try to stay consistent. Gattuso has got to try to get the most out of the team because tactically there's not really much that he can do. It's more so getting these guys pumped and ready to go game in and game out.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
You saw Ludo today. Did he say anything to you?
I was watching the game on the phone and on the sideline because I got hurt yesterday playing soccer, and then
Can you tell the people what you responded to me when I asked if you went to go play this morning?
Oh, what did I say? Oh, yes, that I have a black and blue.
From Inter.
I like. I have a black and blue on my toe, on my finger toe. So on my toe. What did I say?
Finger toe.
Finger toe. Yeah.
I gotta call a doctor for that one.
I have an Inter on my finger toe. So.
Okay.
So,
What did Ludo say?
So
Did he say
Ludo
anything?
didn't want to be told that he didn't want to hear about the score
result.
because I said I don't want to hear that because when I'm gonna go home I'm gonna just sit down and enjoy the game.
Yeah.
I said, oh yeah, you're gonna be enjoying a lot.
Oh
So
my God.
so you're gonna like it. I said, Ludo, you're gonna love it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
poor
So
Ludo.
I didn't say anything
He was
to
probably
him.
excited, huh? The way
Oh
he said it.
yeah. So I
man.
guess
You
until
broke
he
his heart.
yeah. So
He
now-
probably thought, I'll go play. It's versus Lecce.
Yeah, but to the
Yeah,
point that I
yeah.
was
Nice
coming.
win.
Hey, to the
Little
point that
does he know.
I was coming back to the studio to watch the game, and then I said, "Hey, Ludo, where are you? You want to come over?" And then he didn't even pick up the phone because I'm
shit.
sure he's still pissed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's probably
That was a
what happened.
crazy. Mancosu too. That goal he scored.
Nice
it
goal.
was
Free kick goal. Beautiful.
Unbelievable. man.
Lazio beat Parma. Saicedo, again, the guy pulling through on the occasions that they need him. This guy Saicedo, one of Peter's favorite players.
Oh, man.
Right?
He's a workworkhorse.
Always a good player.
Yeah.
A lot of teams could have used a player like
100%.
Saicedo, but no, not Inter. Other teams. But anyway, Lazio. I mean, this was a game that you knew that Juventus lost. You knew that Inter could potentially go up 3 points, and they are able to narrow the Scudetto race down. They're 1 point from the Scudetto race. Lazio is doing everything, and I always had in my mind. I said, these are the moments where Lazio could kind of slip up, but if they're able to continue like this, obviously it's big ifs, till April, May, I mean, we're going to have a great race. But these are the moments that you got to keep getting these points, especially when Juventus slip up.
No, 100%.
1 point within Scudetto
The
race.
thing is, Lazio have been a little shaky too recently, so I was scared. I wanted them to win, obviously. I wanted the Scudetto. Now the Scudetto race is only 1 point. It separates 3 teams, which is incredible. But Saicedo got a goal. They were checking VAR too. I was like, oh man, they're going to take this away. But it was a very frustrating match. Parma could have got a penalty at the end. There was a lot of controversy on it. And I thought they were going to give it. But they ended up not. It did look like it. It could have.
I didn't see the full replay,
could have
but I
very
saw
well
one,
been given.
and it looked like it should have been a penalty kick.
So they kind of escaped that towards the end, but they got the 3 points. Immobile hasn't been scoring the past few days, but they're still getting these good results. So it shows a lot for their team and their confidence. So I'm excited. I hope they go down to the last match day with Inter and Juventus for the Scudetto. It's going to be good.
We've been talking about coaches the whole time, right? Simone Inzaghi, if you remember, this summer was linked with both Milan and Juventus.
Juve, that's right.
And I think a lot of people here, and me included, we said, no, he can't be the right choice to coach these two teams. But what a remarkable job he's doing with Lazio. I mean,
He almost went to Milan.
I think
it was very close, I think.
Very close. And he chose not to. He stuck with his Lazio team. They're competing for the Scudetto. I think, and I say it all the time, as far as balance is concerned, they're the most balanced team in Serie A, where you have a great skeleton, where you have
Nice core.
a good core of players, and the midfield, you can say that it's one of the top 2 midfields. If you
Leva.
Juventus fans don't want to consider their
Alberto.
team having a good midfield, okay, fine. But Inter's midfield and Lazio's midfield
much better.
are top.
Yeah, for sure.
So with Milinkovic, Savic, Lucas Leiva, these
Luis
guys,
Alberto.
they complement each other so well. Lucas Leiva's the general, the sergeant, cleaning up everything, and Milinkovic creating, Luis Alberto creating. So, I mean, they have a nice little team, and they're hot. And you know what's crazy? Like you said, that Milan has nothing to lose. Lazio has nothing to lose. When they play, they have no pressure. And I noticed with Inter, going back to Inter, they have pressure. Every time they play, sometimes they have that pressure and they don't play up to what they should be because they're afraid to lose. Lazio, on the other hand, they have no expectations, so they just continue to play, and it helps them. It opens up the game.
They know they're going to get Champions League. They're right on. I mean, to even say that is
But
an
even
insult.
if they don't, doesn't do anything. Lazio fans do not expect anything.
I think at this point, Lazio fans, they expect Champions
No,
League.
yeah,
They
I do
expect,
think that
they
that's
expect
the
top
thing.
three.
Higher, yeah.
Now,
But
yes, now, but you only have now how many games left, so you can expect that. But beforehand, or even there's no reason
No,
to say,
Lazio fans would definitely be like, the goal would be a Champions League
because
spot.
$40 million
regardless.
in your pocket.
Let's take some questions.
One more thing.
to finish.
Gio, if Lazio will have won against Hellas Verona, what we'll be talking right now? We will be talking about Juventus and Inter on second place. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, we would.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Lazio tied with Hellas Verona. If they won that
If-
game, they would
they
have
were
been
in
number
first
1 in
place.
Serie A right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lazio's a great
Yeah,
team.
we would have question marks for both teams, especially Inter and Juventus. You know what I mean? So like Hellas Verona, I'm surprised that they actually won against Juventus, but I'm still frustrated with that.
They deserved it. They
They-
deserved
They
it.
did, but we had 2 opportunities, which it could have been 3-2.
There's always opportunities for
Well,
everyone.
come on.
That's how football is, unfortunately.
That's just
And
how-
Kombula too. It was offsides too by a little
AC
bit. So it's
Milan,
tough. It
AC
goes-
Milan hit the post 2 times too. 2
I
times.
know.
Was it twice?
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was
You
one.
could have tied, Antonio.
Vic,
Times.
so we're gonna grab some
One
questions to
of
One
conclude
of the
this.
first half and the other one with Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Two
The
times.
point of the game is to put it in the goal.
No
Vic-
crossbar challenge.
Anto, Victor is concerned about you.
Popaski.
Who's Victor?
Somebody asked you a question.
Oh,
His
hey,
name is
Victor. How are you, Victor? Don't be
said-
concerned.
He said, I was upset seeing Antonio's reaction at halftime because you were celebrating. He's an Inter fan. But now I kind of feel bad for him. I want to know, how is Antonio doing?
He's a
He's an Inter fan.
I'm okay, Victor. I like to see you face to face, and then I'll let you know.
God.
Okay?
Oh, my God. Anto.
So Victor is an Inter fan.
He's concerned for you.
Oh,
He
he's
said he feels
concerned?
bad. He said
Alright.
he feels bad.
Oh
Victor,
my
he's an Inter fan.
I think he's an Inter fan.
Oh, he must be an Inter fan.
By the way, he said that.
God, Jesus.
It doesn't matter. We're
was
so
scary.
sorry, Victor. We really are. You obviously can see how he's doing with these type of
We'll
reactions.
protect you, Victor.
That was all emotions.
To build off that, Julian says, Anto, do you think Milan will be able to bounce back after a tough loss like that, or will this start a downward spiral?
No, we're gonna bounce back. Actually, we didn't
We're
lose.
not dead yet.
We
They
didn't
didn't lose. They didn't lose.
Listen,
They didn't lose.
Technically, we lost, but we didn't lose.
We lost with dignity.
Yeah.
Today,
From 2-0.
it was not a beating. It was just a situational game that
He's trying
you
to-
know,
he's trying to water it down.
It was a massacre.
all of those haters, you can just laugh as much as you want. We're not dead. We're not dead. We're not dead, guys.
I
We're
think
not
every
dead.
single question is about you.
Yeah, they
Okay.
are.
How's
We're
Antonio
not dead.
doing? Does Antonio need tissues?
No,
Antonio, I feel your pain.
AC Milan fans don't cry.
AC
okay?
Milan's
There
they're in
is
the
no
closet
crying
right
in
now.
soccer on AC Milan. You guys need a lot of tissues here, actually. So there is no crying on AC Milan.
There's one good question on top of this. It says, Antonio, will you stop talking about Conte now and say that he's a good coach?
I will never. I never.
Not even after this?
The guy's a huge loser. I cannot believe that he's getting paid $11 million.
Isn't even if they would win
He
the
didn't
Scudetto,
win
you
anything.
wouldn't.
He didn't win. So far, he hasn't won yet.
Yeah.
No.
Okay?
In the past,
Maybe,
it was
maybe with the
like,
help
oh,
of Juventus, with the help of Juventus, maybe Marotta worked something out behind the scenes. You know, he told Agnelli, I said, "Hey, let us win. And maybe we'll give you some midfielders that you are in need for next season. Who knows?"
Literally 99% of these questions are about you, Antonio.
Oh yeah.
They're all about.
Oh, I love those guys. I love
Anto,
them.
someone actually
They
said,
are concerned about
Someone
me.
actually said we shouldn't do a podcast on Milan thing
Yeah,
because there was so
everybody
much
keeps saying.
pain. What do you think of that?
No pain.
No
There's
pain, so it must go on.
No pain, no gain, right?
No pain, no gain. You
That's
got
it.
it.
There's
No
no
pain.
pain.
other-
They just
No pain. The pain is on you guys, the Juventus, because
Oh, but why are you pointing at me?
it's you.
Why are you pointing at me?
To you guys, because Inter caught up with you guys. We
point
were
back, point
down.
back.
We were down already. When you are down, what do you want to do? You want to kill somebody that is dead already? We're not dead there. But
you
you
say
guys,
you're dead already.
Was.
You're not
you
dead
guys,
yet.
you guys, we're not dead. Listen,
We're not dead yet, or you
listen
dead
to
already?
me.
Which
listen.
one is it?
Hey, listen to me. We like those action figures. You know,
Oh God. This is
you
gonna
watch
be
it. You watch it, right? You keep shooting at them, and they never die. They keep getting up and getting up and getting up.
What is it, a cartoon?
What are you talking about?
The cartoons figure that you see it, that's what the AC
Which
Milan
ones?
are.
I think it's in a video game. Or
I don't know, the
something.
Terminators. What are you talking about?
Wait, what are you talking about?
The action figure that you keep shooting at them, boom, 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 and they keep getting
Whatever.
up, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
zombies.
Zombies?
Immortal.
Okay.
Immortals,
What about it?
immortals, okay?
What about it?
So we are, that's what we are.
You're immoral.
We
never
don't,
dead.
we don't
Immortal.
die.
Well, you
We
take a
don't
lot
die.
of shots. That's for
We're
sure.
taking a lot of shots, but we
4
always
shots
alive.
tonight, right? Four big
Oh. Last question.
We don't die.
A last question comes from Maria. She said, "Can Chiellini be the thing that helps turn around Juventus' season?"
That's for you.
Yeah, he's the captain.
Yeah.
Gasper, what do you think?
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely for that too. I think so.
Are you guys nervous though if he's gonna be back to his old Chiellini? Are you a little nervous? Are there some doubts, or you guys?
I think we've said it before. The mentality is not there, and I think you need a guy that's on there and it's like, "Hey, wake up." You know, there's nobody.
Okay.
Bonucci, yeah, he's tried to be a leader, but there's no real leader. Ronaldo is obviously a leader,
Ronaldo
but
for sure.
you need somebody in the back too. So yeah.
We don't have problem scoring. I mean, we don't have a problem scoring. Our problem is the midfield slows down our gameplay. And then obviously in defense, we're suffering a little bit. But I think with Giorgio Chiellini back there, I have to agree with Marco. He's going to give that extra push. Is anything going to change? I hope so, but I really don't know. I'm still waiting on Pogba to come in.
Yeah.
Wednesday. I feel so. If you guys play this the way you guys played the second half.
Yeah.
Oh, second.
After the first half, though. You might be in trouble.
I'm happy if they play like the first half, but then the second half they play like they did.
Yeah.
Same match. We'll be happy. I'll be so happy. What are you gonna do? I'll watch it with you.
Listen to me.
I'll come out of work early to watch it with you.
You listen to me.
I'm gonna make you a bet right now.
You listen to me.
Let's make a bet.
You listen to me.
Listen to me. I heard you lost the bet already.
Listen to me.
I'm not gonna
Listen
listen to
to
you.
me.
You're gonna listen to him
You
first place.
listen to me. I know where you live right now. You better barricade yourself on your house if AC Milan wins. I'll come and get you.
I better butter cake?
I'll come and get you. I'll kick your ass.
Okay, listen.
Holy crap.
I'm willing
I'm scared.
We got a bet.
We're on a lot of
place to place a bet with you.
Let's make a deal.
Okay.
I'm not making any more bets with you. The one bet I made
Pay
with
up, I
him-
heard.
Wait.
Does he pay up his
Hold
debt?
on, hold on. Let him-
Before
What's
we
the bet?
before we make that
We
new
have to
bet,
conclude
You
on
stay
the
out
bet.
of your
No.
business.
Let's address the bet that just
they're
happened.
still on.
Last week we bet on the Derby della Madonnina.
It's not
Me
live.
and Peter said if Inter win, that the opposite team, which is you guys, the losers,
Yeah.
Marco said it too, would take us out to dinner to like Peter Luger's or something and be wearing
That's
the
it.
Inter
That's
jersey.
it. Yeah.
Antonio
But
said
then
no.
enough time. He said when we're losing to nothing, he said they're gonna take us to McDonald's. That's what you're gonna get.
That's a joke.
So, guys,
talking
McDonald's,
about?
McDonald's menu,
No.
anything you want.
Peter Lugers. Peter Lugers.
Double
Peter
cheeseburger.
Luger.
Anything you
Yo,
want.
you want some food?
I want a
We
nice
got some
steak.
good steaks.
Don't worry,
It's on
dollar
us.
I
menu's
want a
all good.
nice steak.
I heard
go back
McDonald's
to
got
you.
great steak.
First of all, you're very.
And they have to wear Inter jerseys.
I got fingers this way.
Okay, what's your bet?
You won. You're happy now. Keep calm a second, because this guy's pointing too many fingers.
You gotta barricade your house.
I not didn't make a bet, but I thought of something better.
Yeah.
I thought of something better. Go
ahead.
Let's make the viewers, okay,
Decide. Oh,
decide on a bet that me and you should have.
What's the
And
bet?
we'll make Marco and Mike decide on the best one.
I like that.
We have no say.
To shave your head.
Besides maybe getting a tattoo. besides maybe shaving your head, getting a tattoo or something outrageous.
I've already lost them.
Something outrageous. You're gonna take me on the sofa?
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
I don't know. It's all depending on the bet.
Guys, just make your bet. Make your bet with him. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say we have a bet.
very good. Okay.
I gotta see the golf ball.
We have a bet,
I'm trying
and
to
they're gonna decide what is gonna be the bet. Okay, so we'll see.
We can do the
Yo,
viewers
yo,
thing as
Antonio
well.
keeps losing every bet. I feel bad. You haven't won a bet.
You feel bad?
No, I actually feel bad.
How do you feel bad for someone who talks so much about that, and then there's nothing there?
You should have been laughing because you're the losers. You wound up losing against the
I know.
Hellas Verona, and you having those goddamn
Hold
losers
on a
catching up
second.
with you.
Can someone pull up the table, please?
Yeah.
Pull up the table.
Say it on the table. Hold
Inter's
on a
first.
second. Hold on.
Inter's
What
first.
place are we in? What place is Juventus in, guys?
How can you be second? You be tied.
Tied on points.
where-
Tied on
They
points.
have more goals than us.
Yeah.
On your second. That's
So
it.
why should we be so?
You cannot be tied. You cannot
You know,
be tied.
wait, let me explain it. Let me
He was
explain
so
it.
nice to him in the
One second.
beginning. Now he's fighting him.
You
One
cannot
second.
be tied.
gonna
You
explain
Let me
second.
just
That's it.
explain how it works. It's on goal difference right now because Juventus and Inter haven't played both games.
technicality, yeah.
Once it will be head to head. Once they play both games, then it'll go head to head. Juventus obviously won the first one, so. But anyway, sorry.
I have a question for Antonio.
All right.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
serious question, but you have to answer me seriously.
Yeah.
He's already laughing. This guy.
Tied already.
Juventus, does Juve play at Milan or we play at Torino against Inter?
I don't know.
No, we play
No,
at
you
Torino.
in Torino. It's
We
in
play at
Torino. You played in Milan.
What do you think? Your prediction, honest. You gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your predictions? Juventus, Inter.
When is happening this thing here? 2 weeks.
No,
2
it's in
weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. It is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah,
Wait, you
yeah.
said Juventus.
It's happening soon. I don't know if it's 2 weeks.
No, it
One of
is.
you
We
guys
have
said Juventus
Lazio.
Inter. One of you said Juventus Milan.
No, I said, did we play at Milan first or did we play?
Oh no, we played in Milano. We played in Milano.
so we're playing in Torino.
I thought you
right?
meant Milan.
So
Fuck mine.
3-1. March 1st.
Wow, that's quicker than I
At
thought.
2:45.
Hey, I would love. Listen,
Yeah, February
as much
just
as I
started.
hate you
Actually,
guys,
no.
I would love to see Juventus winning. Not because I like Juventus.
Listen, I don't care
Three-
what
3
you
weeks.
would like.
I still don't
I
get
want a prediction based on how the two teams are playing, based on how Juventus is playing.
But that's
based
what I
on
just
how-
told you. Not
You
because
said I would like Juventus to win Champions League, Serie A. I would like a lot of things.
You want your
I would like
prediction.
to win the
Your
Mega
guess.
Million.
it could be a Juventus 1-0 game.
You predict
Yeah.
Juventus 1-0.
Yeah.
Marco?
2-1 Inter.
2-1 Inter.
Like when Napoli came to Torino a couple years ago. Was it 2-1?
Mike?
No.
I can't. I don't know. I feel like Juve is gonna go to another year. I think it's either gonna be a tie or Juve favored for sure. I think Juve is gonna take this. There's no way they're gonna lose at home at.
This
Torino.
is what was said also when
This is
Napoli
what-
and
this is
Juventus
what I
were fighting
think.
for Scudetto and
This is
Napoli
what I
had to
think.
come to
Well,
Juventus.
for the first leg, you didn't think Juve were
you
gonna
gonna
win, and they won.
1-0 Juventus.
Gio?
I think 2-1 Juventus.
Nice.
Peter?
Tie.
0-0?
1-1.
Who scores?
Tell me 1 minute. Tell me 1 minute.
Tell me quick, big second, quick. Cristiano Ronaldo and who else?
Let's put Lautaro.
Okay.
Ooh.
At least it's not.
All right, guys. We're good? Gasper,
so.
Gio, you guys were very entertaining guests, to say the least.
Oh, thank
You
you.
both knew how to rile up Antonio.
I don't like
Oh
this
yeah.
guy. Don't bring that guy back again.
You're just pointing too many fingers. I'll see you outside.
Barricade the house, Gasper. Yo, be careful. I'll help you, buddy.
You're gonna help me, Mike? Thanks. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you.
You guys need some help.
I
right
can
now.
only imagine what the conversations were like when you two were working together before.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
If you guys were like this with us around, I can only imagine.
I kept telling Antonio, you came here to do your work. Please, can you do it and get out of here?
Before I report you.
Bye-bye. Call Marco, do this, Juventus and Milan. And I said, Antonio, listen to me. I'm not going to pay you over here. You're going to get me to do some work. You know what he's trying to say?
Take out the mic.
And he's still talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and Sarri
see what
and this
happened?
and that.
You try to be nice to those guys. Next time I'm gonna double the price for you.
He told you it was a discount that price,
Guys,
right?
That's what he told me. And then I called somebody else and they gave it to me at half price. So I'm assuming he doubled it even before he even said anything.
Guys.
Thank you, Antonio.
All right. I think we got to end it there.
I
Let's
just
get
gotta
on
throw Sampdoria won 3-1 against Torino. They had Longo as their coach. They scored first, they conceded 3, and Sassuolo got a 90th minute winner. Jeremy Boga scored again, 2-1. They won. Sassuolo's on fire, and Torino's still on that slump. So yeah,
Very good.
ending it there.
Good?
I think so.
Awesome.
Waiting for the
Gasper,
Coppa Italia,
Gio,
right, guys?
thank you guys.
Hey, before we finish, guys, keep watching the podcast.
Uh-huh,
Gio,
say it.
well, how many stars? We're gonna rate it.
5 stars.
And
There we
then
go.
don't skip on homework. You have to be great in school.
And
Yeah,
don't lose
laugh.
2-0 leads, right? I have
You know what you could do? You could listen to the podcast as you do homework.
Listen to the podcast while you're doing the homework. Make sure you do all your testing and make sure you're getting nothing but A's. Because if you're not getting
He's
A's,
inspirational.
you're not invited over here anymore. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about everybody.
What school am I going to?
I don't know. Nursery school.
He's walking up. Guys, as
Can I
always,
tell you something? Sit back down. One second. Sit back down. One more second. Sit back one.
Yeah.
Can we agree on one thing?
Yeah.
Because I know I mentioned it to you when you were at my house doing some work. Well, you really didn't do any work. But and I said to you that
Antonio made his match tonight.
we could thank, okay, Juventus for making Serie A the way it is today. Serie A is the way it is due
Because
to
of Juventus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you screwed it all up.
Why?
Look, you made Inter.
First of
catch up with you.
all, Serie A wasn't seen anywhere. ESPN, I don't think ESPN used to even air Serie A before Cristiano Ronaldo. Juventus brought in the money, and I repeated this to you several times. You agreed with me at the house. Now at the podcast, you're a little,
I kind of sort of agree with you, but the reasons why Serie A is back is because of IFTV, guys.
There we go.
All right, I'm gonna have to agree with you. All right, there you go.
Guys, we are the only podcast in all United States
Mic
where
drop,
you
mic
can
drop.
actually read, listen, watch, and learn about soccer and Serie A. Am I right or wrong, Gio?
correct.
How do you
you're
read a
correct,
podcast?
You're correct.
He doesn't read a podcast. You can't read it. Listen
Yeah,
to
we
it.
can read. We listen to it.
Yeah.
On the Instagram.
Guys,
Yeah.
also thank you, 200,000 views on the audio version. Thank you for everybody that listens. As always, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
Coppa Italia, guys, get ready.